Hello.
Hi guys.
Can you see and hear us? Why isn't this working?
Is it on?
Yes, I think this is the wrong one.
Happens.
Maybe, I don't know. How's it going? Trying to figure out the mouse.
Do you want to go get it?
Yes. Because it's easier.
Can you guys see and hear us? Hi. Thank you, Julie. Hi, Hyan.
That one is mine. It's working on my computer.
What? I don't know then. What's happening?
Take it off and then put it on again.
I just juiced broccoli. Oh my god.
You. I just say you because I had a very traumatizing experience with broccoli.
Juiced broccoli,
yeah,
right?
But there was
It's
egg on it too, so
annoying
you can
because
imagine.
it's so much more to.
I told you it was
But
wrong.
And then you can see the background.
It's just because it's not. You don't have to turn it to slide a little bit here. Oh,
I tried, and
on.
it did not work. See.
Wait.
Oh my god. Okay,
boy.
so it's a little out of, frame today.
Yeah.
Not gonna drive me crazy. Not that I'm gonna. Okay.
Love that effect with the black and white. This one, yeah, so pretty.
The broccoli is so sweet. What? I need to try that kind of broccoli.
How come?
Yeah, it's actually silver, and it reflects, and it looks like it's white.
Yeah, true.
But yeah.
I had 2 tabs open. Oh.
Oh.
So you're probably hearing like
Double.
a reverb. Yeah.
Okay.
Where's the plant? Wow. Annie took it off. She doesn't like the vase.
The red vase was not
Too much for today.
Was too much, because everything is so black in the background that the vase was like, oh, and I couldn't deal with it. Everything is awesome. Is there something in my teeth? Well, so hi guys. We're here for our 3rd week with Yeshua. And he's been quite talkative, but now that I'm saying it, well, when isn't he, right? He is talkative. So I don't know what I was saying. See? Yeshua's in the house.
She's like, wee.
And now Halo is singing, we are the champions. Of course, you just give them one. We.
The harmony.
Yeah,
of
so
you two.
Yeshua is here. Halo is here. Mary Magdalene is here. There are many beings in the background, Isis being one of them. They've been excited talking. I just had a mentoring session with Eva, and there's just so much that came, for her, and they were all here. So they're still all here and excited, talking about probably a class we're gonna have about the 9th chakra. So yeah, Yashua been talking about that a lot. So anyhow, we can start with your questions. If you have any questions for him.
We have one already.
Yeah.
Question for Jesus. Did your disciples, such as Peter, have a difficult time accepting your closeness to women such as Mary Magdalene and try to remove her from your story?
In some timelines, as you perceive, yes. As you've created, yes. We talk about that every time. So whoever is here, every time, that there are infinite timelines, and mostly they will come and tell you the one that aligns the most with the whole collective and not only one person. And sometimes they answer to that one person in particular. So yeah, so in some timelines, yes, but in most timelines, he says that that's just a story that was invented, we'll say, by the church at some point so they could diminish women. That did not really happen in the community, in the Essenes and everything. Women were not only equals in their personal beliefs, not the collective as a whole, the whole collective of Earth. At that time, women were even less valued than they are now. But in their community, as these scenes and all that, they always saw them as equals and sometimes even masters, ahead of men. So in most timelines, no, that did not happen. So it's just something that they made up.
Are the souls that do not transition after death?
Are
Are
there
there
souls?
souls that do
Okay.
not transition after death? If so, what happens to them?
So the first thing that he says is that there's a whole perception with transitioning as if you are going from one point to the other. It's more going from one state to the other. And he's talking about like the states that water goes, there is gas and there's solid, and so it's more like that what happens, because you are always existing within all the planes of existence of yourself. And then there's the personal choice of that being, what they want to do after they don't want to use the body anymore, because it's always a choice. Leaving the body is always a choice, and whatever you want to do after leaving the body is always a choice too. So where do you think they go anyways? Where is that transition? Where is the place after that transition, for you? And if you strongly believe in something like that, that likely is going to happen to you, and if you change your belief, then you will see that, well, change your belief is one thing, and then extend your awareness, that's the other thing. So then you see that you can choose, once you're not in this body anymore, you see like, oh, okay, so I want to hang around and stay, or I want to go to this or that place or this or that state. He says that it's very particular. If so, what happens to them? The ones that choose to remain, let's say, closer to the humans, as you are asking me, he says, they have various purpose for that. And mostly it is that they want to continue experiencing life on Earth one way or another. So they are still walking towards that path that they created for themselves, that is enlightenment, but still, that's a perception. That's a choice.
Just said also, do demons exist?
I'm gonna drink some water for that because Haley is coming.
Of course he is.
Well, the first thing that he's saying is like, yes, they do. They are you. They are all the parts of you that you've neglected, that you've not given enough love, and that you've separated from you so harshly that they need to call your attention at any cost. They are parts of your own self that need more integration and need more love. In that sense, yes, they do exist.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps a little starter information about the 9th chakra?
What Yeshua is saying is that it is our connection with our soul's blueprint. So all the information that you've gathered as this being that you decided incarnating as right now, and all the information of all the parallel lifetimes, it's all there. And also it's called the mouth of God. So it gives you all that information. So it's very connected to ether, the element of sound, and everything with that. So it's very, very fascinating. And so with connecting that and activating that chakra, you can become more and more aware of your own relation to karma at this time, and everything related to that. So that's what I'm saying, that it's a whole class that they really want to dive deeper. So we're probably going to do that on Patreon.
What is a true state of grace and being vulnerable? Are they the same or different types of organic technology?
They say they are. Okay, let me read the question.
Yes.
It's here,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, Nikki.
True state of grace and being vulnerable. Is a true state of grace and being. What is a true state? Sorry. Grace and being vulnerable. Are they the same or different types of organic technology? Being vulnerable, vulnerability is a technology, yes. Grace is more of a state of being, how Yeshua is putting it right now. And it's bliss and oneness and utter compassion. But there's also another side of grace that is assertive and fiery. There are all kinds of grace. And he's saying that it's such as there are many types of love. Everything is love. And we just give it different names because we want to play like that. It's the same goes for grace. And it's not something that you attain, it's something that you are.
How to feel joy and be in love with life again?
Yeshua says that you start with gratitude for what already is. That's the thing that gets you to that point. Because if you let your brain keep telling you that something is not joyful, you need to counterpart that with gratitude. So choose something that already makes you feel joyful, like the birds singing now, he's saying. Can you hear it? So cute. Does that give you joy? So then enhance that and be grateful for that with the little things. Then you will start realizing that it's all around you.
Can you speak about the technology to help seeds and plants grow strong and quickly in our gardens? I want to create a lovely vegetable garden as soon as the weather is warmer.
He's talking about sound, Maria, and playing for it. Have you tried that using your music? It's like playing for the plants and singing for them, like mantras. He says that the technology of sound is very powerful, and that plants sing too. They have like a frequency that could sound like music. So play with them and sing with them.
Yeah. Not long ago, I saw
I see it in your mind already.
a paper. Yeah.
Okay.
On of a fruit, a Japanese fruit. I don't remember what it was because it's very different. Some kind of melon, I don't know. And it's very special and very expensive because they have this whole treatment with it, and they put sound to the plant.
And then there's that video of that people did something that they connect thingies and they hear the sound of the plants. It's so cool. So cool.
Mm-hmm. The frequency, right? Oh, I'm trying to scroll the chat with the mouse and it's not working. How many people on our planet are part of Yeshua's physical bloodline and his soul group? Everyone? Of course, we are all one.
There are thousands and thousands of beings related to him. And it's still sensitive information, he says. So we're going to leave it at that for now. And he is a part of many soul groups, as we call them. And then there's the thing that you said, that everyone is one and we are all part of the same thing. But let's say that the 613 is one soul group that he's a part of, that he's a head of, he's saying. Oh, and now he's feeling very proud of himself and all that. So, but he's part of many soul groups like the Adonai. And then there's that like a line of the Leon lines, and also, do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
If we don't answer your question, please copy and paste, because we are just letting the chat scroll and everything.
Because in the beginning it was scrolling is lower, so we could read it in order.
Yeah.
But now it's starting to scroll faster, so it's harder for us to keep up.
Yeah.
Did Yeshua have any connection to the philosopher Apollonius? Apollonius of Tiana? If yes, how exactly?
There is no answer, and he's just sitting there looking at me, and he's saying that that's part of the philosophy, and I have absolutely no idea what he's talking about.
Hi, Jesus. One day you turn the tables on the money changers. Okay, let me read it again because it's one day.
Why don't you read it
on
here?
the
It,
day-
it was better for you when you were reading here, because
Was
there
it?
it moves, and then you can't,
Okay.
you know.
On the day you turned the tables on the money changers, was that a controlled blow up or did you just lose it? Because you're human and pissed.
He's saying, well, that's relevant, yes. He's saying it was a culmination of so many things for him personally, that the bottom line is that he was human, and that it brought so much to his surface, because he's been working with his emotions on the level, on a very how do I explain what he's showing me? It's like he was working with his ego and his emotions and mastering them and bringing them to the surface because of the kind of alchemy that they were practicing with the sacred sexuality and all that, and things that would enable him to go through all of those things on the cross. That so he had everything on the surface, and at some point he's like at some point something would blow up, because it's too much. So he said that it was not only the thing that he was seeing, but it was the culmination of everyone's energy. He's saying that it's not only like that one person that was doing that, it was the whole thing, because he was extremely sensitive, and he could sense into everyone's emotions, so he was already at his peak, and then he got into this place that was full of people, and the kind of emotion that was driven there, he felt like he needed to give a demonstration, so people could wake up. So he's saying that it was like an activation for those people, and also like his own way to let all that energy go. It's like when you are very empathic and you are absorbing everyone, but in his case he was observing everyone, because he wasn't absorbing anything, because he understood that he was one with everyone, and he felt the need to show something so people could wake up, because of the ways that the things were moving for them, and how blind they were by the material stuff and everything, and how the things that they were doing there with the animals and everything like that. So he said that there was not only a trigger for him, but an opportunity for him to give another demonstration for people.
Can Jesus say something to convince my skepticism or non-believer in him or spirituality?
He says, no, because I don't aim to convince you of anything. The only thing that I want to convey here is love, and the love that you are, and the love that is part of everything in your life, in your being. I don't want you to believe me, I want you to believe you.
I love hearing the birds. Every time they ask questions, the birds sing behind you.
Yeah, like it's so pretty. I love them so much. I was watching them this morning when I woke up, and then there's like this big bird that likes to mail at me, which I've talked about before. And he was just walking around, like on the ground, like and I was like, oh, so pretty. I want to hug them, but
So cute.
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. While meditating with frequencies to heal the chakras, should the sound be incident on our body, or is it sufficient if we listen to the music over headphones?
I need to read that again. While meditating with frequencies to heal the chakras, should the sound be incident on our body? Yeah, just say nothing should. Just let it be. Just let it flow. Flavi's trying to fix the mouse. I don't know why you didn't get yours and just put it here.
That's no comment. I don't know why either. How does Yeshua feel about sun gazing as a means of meditation? Is it beneficial?
Yes, very good. But start with your eyes closed, what he's saying. And if it hurts, don't do it.
How did the Rh negative blood type originate, and why does it put the fetus at risk if the mother is Rh negative and the father is Rh positive?
He's saying that it's simple incompatibility, is that how you say that? Of frequencies. Because Rh negative has a different type of frequency. That's what he's saying. He's saying it's just so much that if he would start, we would be here for 2 hours talking only about that. So he's saying that's good for now. What was the first question? Because we didn't answer the
How
first
did
one.
the Rh negative blood type originate?
Oh. He's showing me that meme, the guy going like aliens. Like everything else on Earth in our own scale of evolution, everything was aliens. And he's like, oh, I can see so many heads going like, "Rawr."
Can Yeshua expand upon the Adonai soul group and the Russell group?
What do you want to know in particular? He's saying that if it's something personal to you, how does that connect to you? Why do you want to know about that?
What are the eighth chakra and above? What is the eighth chakra and above for?
For and why?
Okay. Are they often ignored?
Because they are metaphysical. That's what he's saying. So we tend not to pay attention. And the more you are aware of your existence outside of this body and how you encompass so much more than just this body in physicality, even like your aura, for example, it's still part of your body. And there's your emotional body, there's your light body, you know? So he's saying that it's just part of that. That's why we've been neglecting it. And that's why we are ready now to start tackling it and what it means and how to work with it and why and all that. There are infinite chakras, he's saying. But right now, in our perception, our current development as humans, by our own design, 12 of them are the most important, and they connect to the 12 strains of DNA, and they awaken dormant diamond codes. He's like, those are some big words there for you.
The aliens answer made me laugh.
Right.
Every time. I read the old manuscript, The Seer, the Magdalene, and the Grail by Lars Moe, who had his awakening and many spiritual encounters with Mary Magdalene in the French Pyrenees. Is this a true account?
He's saying that like with every piece of literature and every piece of channeled information, how can one say what is true and what is not if truth is personal? Is it true to you? Does it resonate with you? Everything is an option for you to learn discernment. If it serves, if it's true for you, then it's true. And then he says, how can we tell you that it's not? And how can you tell you that it is? And as me personally, how could I tell you that it's not? No, as any. It's like, oh no, it's not true. Well, first thing, I've never read it, so I don't know if it resonates with me. But if it doesn't resonate with me, then it's not my truth. Who am I to tell you that it's not your truth? You know? So the compass is within you.
I'm not sure if personal questions are okay. I've always been curious what my primary aura color is.
I'll have to see you, Hayan.
How can we work on those upper chakras?
He's saying that the first thing is becoming aware of them, and you can even research them online and awaken them, because with awareness comes awakening, so activating them. That's the thing. That's why he wants to teach us more about them in classes.
Does Yeshua have any advice for abundance during this time for me and my little boy?
He's saying, look around you and see everything as being abundant, as being abundance. The food, the internet, the love, the health. Start feeling abundance with the little things, so then you can manifest abundance as a big thing, as you want. So if you have toilet paper, just be thankful for that. Show gratitude for that and see how abundant you are, Play with your mind, he's saying. Whenever your mind gives you something like, oh my God, it gives you a fear, throw it something different. Throw it another shade of love.
I understand that Jesus had another wife whom he loved besides Mary Magdalene. What happened to her after the crucifixion, and did she still travel with them?
Again, it goes with the timeline thing. So in some timelines, he did have a wife before Mary Magdalene. And the one that I'm seeing now, she died before he married Mary. And then there's another timeline where she went with them everywhere still. She was part of the group. Another Magdalena.
When our codes are activated, whether through light language and or healing ceremonies, it doesn't matter if we know what it's for, but we can trust it's happening, right?
Exactly.
Right.
That's why we speak light language to you, Yeshua says. So your mind doesn't have anything to go on. So it doesn't make you not believe what is happening, because it doesn't have anything.
Why and or how does one choose to be part of a particular soul group?
Yeshua says it's because of the agendas and the agendas that they have as a group and the things that they want to create as a group. So that's why you choose a soul group.
What are the biggest shifts that Yeshua is seeing?
He's saying that, oh well, I always see love, even in that which you call fear. So I don't know if I'm the best one to answer you, because I only see love. And I see awareness too. I see abundance, I see beauty. I see so much creativity. I see God in everything. What do you see?
Did you, before we start, did you
No.
do the thing with the lights?
No.
Put it like lower? Can
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, because it's hurting my eyes a little. Let's see, next question.
Lembra que a gente falou de ler pessoas diferentes?
Perfect, thank you so much. I've been singing when my mind goes to fear or panic, and it's been helping.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's great.
Focus. Yeah.
Is it too much? Is it too dark now?
I think it's okay.
Is it okay?
Is it okay,
so
guys?
much better to my eyes. It's okay. Wait for them to answer. What is God's mouth and the rest?
The rest is great. He's saying that it's related to God's truth and what God tells you, and that we will tackle that more deeply in class, because it's just easier for everyone, and not to just do it like this. So, yeah. And it's related to God's sound too. That's why it's related to ether.
Let me find the other question.
My eyes are super sensitive to light too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Yeshua, do you have advice for fractals of Miriam?
Be the love that you are. Whoever has a Miriam fractal or Magdalena fractal, you are vessels of compassion. For most of you, that's your primary role. And compassion starts within. It starts for self. The other thing is self-love. Because by simple design, how can you ever love anything else entirely if you can't love yourself? It needs to begin with you. And the other thing that is part of your role is discernment, assertiveness, and boundaries. Integrating a fractal of a Magdalene, that's what he's calling it, is a role on its own. It's challenging and extremely rewarding, not only for you, but for everyone you encounter. And I salute you for choosing that. And everyone that has a Magdalene fractal have me.
Why are my toes cold?
He's saying that energy is leaving your body too strongly. You know, there's some imbalance regarding grounding and giving away your energy for others. That's what he's telling me.
Yeshua, were you trained in Isis and Hathor initiations like many of the Marys?
Yep.
Was the schools of Hathor and Isis part of the scene way?
Yep. He's saying that yes. He learned some other branches with masters in Tibet and everything. But it can be called the same thing, he's saying.
Are breatharians real? Could Jesus give his thoughts about it?
He's saying everything you can think of and everything you can't, it's real and it's existing. And at this time on Earth, the human body is not ready for such drastic changes. It's a gradual kind of thing. As a collective, he's saying. He's not saying that you aren't or that someone in specific can't do it. But as a collective, we are not ready for that because food grounds us and food connects us to Earth at this time. And water is extremely necessary in a cellular level for all the integration that we're doing with the DNA changing and everything like that. So water is very, very, very important. So that's why people are not ready to be just breatharians. And he's saying that that's a common thing that people think about him, that he was. He's saying that he wasn't. In most timelines, he wasn't. He spent some time doing that and feeding from the sun and everything. And then he realized that if he had a body, he might as well enjoy everything that the body has to give him. And as long as he was going to stay in a body, he would enjoy everything that the body had to give him because the body was God too. The body is God too. So why would you want to deprive yourself from any of those experiences? He's saying that was his particular perception at that time. But at some point, humans might not, if they choose, might not need food or water. But right now, it's most likely that we do, everyone.
I had a meditation with Archangel Sandalphon yesterday, and he gave me a box with a gift from the past of a remote viewing. So I'm excited to open up to such a gift. Can you expand on this some more?
He's showing me like you are in a room, like a conference room. There are a lot of beings there with you. Sandalphon being one of them, Metatron, Archangel Michael and Hillel, Yeshua, many, many beings. Shiva is there. And it's like the table, they are sitting like the painting of Da Vinci, of the
Last Supper?
Gosh, yeah, the Last Supper. Because in front of you, there's a huge wall full of screens. And that you can choose which screen you want to see. So it's like opening a part of your multidimensionality where you can choose what timeline you want to see, what timeline you want to experience, what timeline you want to observe and everything. So, and he's telling you that that's why your body has been very overwhelmed lately. the past 2 months. That's what he's telling me. It's because your body is learning how to integrate that multidimensionality viewing, that you are working with. And they are all supporting you and supporting your body. So being nice to your body right now is very important, letting it rest and letting it accommodate all of those integrations that are happening for you right now. So he's telling you to go to that room whenever it is that you want to explore more of that, and just ask to see a particular time in your life or a particular timeline in this now. It doesn't make sense. Are we answering you, Evelyn?
To love my body more, I have started a cleansing diet. Can you share a technique to support this intent?
Who is asking?
Jimena.
Let me read it. He's saying that being mindful of every meal and sitting with yourself when you are doing that, in a peaceful place, because you are not only feeding your body of food when you're eating, you are feeding it with all energies. And that's why, for me personally, that's one of the first things that I train myself to do, is that I never eat in a stressful environment, because that's what I'm feeding my body. So even if I'm watching something, it's a movie, for example, and it's very violent, I'm not going to watch that movie while I'm eating, because I'm feeding my body that, even if I'm not aware of it. So if I'm sitting around and people start sharing something that is sad or negative or anything, I can't stay in that place when I'm eating, because I feel like I'm feeding my body with that. So he's telling you to train yourself to do the same. It's not only a detox of the food quality, but all of the energy that is around you all the time. So I think it's called pranayahara, that practice. I'm not sure. He's saying that it is. That everything that you feed your body, it's not only food. So being mindful of whenever it is that you're eating, to not eat in an environment that is anything but loving to you. So what I do personally, I look for funny videos on YouTube, or I watch Friends, or if I just want to sit and eat. But I love watching things when I'm eating, which people say that it's not healthy, but I like it. For me, it's healthy. Yeah. So just choosing something to be uplifting instead of doing something like that. He's saying that sometimes families sit around to eat together, and then they start talking about all the bad things that are happening in the world, instead of all the beautiful things that are happening in their daily lives. And then you're feeding your body with that. So change your awareness in that place, he's saying.
Can I ask what it meant putting clear quartz and orange calcite on my throat in my dream?
It's related to opening creativity and letting go of the fear to speak up. That's what he's saying. Oh my God, there's something in my nose.
Who can I ask for help to give me ideas of what to do in this life? I'd love to have clear ideas like drawings, texts, human things.
He's saying that he is more of the one that will show you etheric things, right? That's why you're asking for someone else. Isis, Mary Magdalene, very, very good. Mary Magdalene is very practical with those things, and Isis too. So I think that for you right now, those are the two.
What would be a typical day like at metaphysical school?
It's so much information, I can't. It is what you created, he's saying. That's the easiest way for us to put it, because what is metaphysical? And then he starts getting really deep with all of the philosophical questions and everything. So do you have a more like direct question, he'd say?
What is the agenda or purpose of the Adonai Soul group?
Awareness in love. That's what he's saying. He wants me to read that one. I dream often that I can fly effortlessly. Is it possible in the physical? Is it possible in the physical, in the past, present, or future? I also feel a connection with dragons and wonder how this may be related to flying and humanity. He's saying that everything is possible. Remember, he walked on water, and many other beings do all kinds of things. In India, people levitate and all kinds of things. He's saying that you are accessing a part of you that is a dragon, and that it's one of the fractals of yourself, and that's something that you miss. Like your wings and being able to fly. Uh, he's saying it came with a package of starting to integrate that dragon fractal of yourself.
How are we able to train our minds to better connect to our origins, ancestors, and the lessons that we learned outside of this lifetime?
He's saying that's why we want to teach you more about the ninth chakra, because that's the doorway for all the blueprint of the things that you've created in this individuality. This conjunction of individuality is how he's putting it. So, okay, let me read it again because he's coming up with something different and I don't understand what he's saying. How are we able to train our minds to better connect to our origins and ancestors? Train our minds. And the time lessons that we learned. I have Hillel now. And he's saying, why the fascination with the past? And why don't you think it is right now? So focusing on the now, focusing on the things you already know. That's how you start opening up for those things, he's saying. So the more you validate the now and the things you already know, the things that you are already great at, the more you will open for all of those other things that you want. The constant neglecting of what you already are good at, because you already are good at it, it's a disease of the human being, he's saying. And that we can let go of that.
Since we can overcome situations, whether it's health or something else, through quantum jumping, what happens to the issues or traumas that had created that situation in the first place?
It keeps going. He's saying that's all. It's infinite creation. We can never give you one answer. And he's telling you personally right now, it's Hillel, by the way, open your imagination. Let your imagination guide you, because wonder is what took you to create me as Hillel. And he's saying God. It's wonder. So let yourself wonder.
This morning I asked my family to let me feel their individual energies. I believe I felt each one, but I doubt myself. How do I build confidence?
Mary Magdalene now, he's telling you, keep doing it. Keep doing it. It's training. Do it with different things. Do it with other people that can validate you,
Yeshua, what was your personal soul growth focus in your life on Earth 2,000 years ago and now?
What was your personal soul growth focus? He's saying that's not an easy answer, because as humans, there are so many things that we want to do as in a body. And he's saying that he wanted to experience God in physicality 100%, with full awareness of his full power and full respect of his full humanity. He's saying those were lots of full. So that's why he dived so deep in all that alchemy, because he knew that he could do it, and have that utter respect for his own individuality, and love that with everything that he could, and still remain 100% connected with his God self. And he's saying that that's the goal for most of you right now, isn't it?
How many liters of water do you recommend we drink per day to integrate all these activations and downloads?
He's saying that if your body is a trustworthy compass for you right now, then drink water when you're thirsty. And you should get thirsty, he's saying. And that's the normal thing, the healthy thing for the body. So it's very particular, to each one. He can't just tell you, oh, drink 2 liters of water or 1.5 or 3, because you might be a different case, so it's very personal. So let your body tell you, be very attuned to your body.
Do you hear my belly?
Yep.
Collectively, how do we release trauma from narcissistic abuse?
The dogs are
Yeah.
going nuts.
So dogs and the birds.
Yeah. It's like they are singing for each other,
Yeah.
right? They take turns. Collectively, how do we release trauma for narcissistic abuse? You become one with them. You will stop separating them from you. You will stop demonizing them and victimizing yourself. That's how you release the trauma. You forgive them and you. And you become one. And once you are one with it, there is no other then. So then there is no trauma. There is nothing else to grasp in suffering. He's saying it's a task and it's a practice.
What beings can I work with to help me with quantum jumping and manifestation?
Hilal is saying, Ra, if you dare. Dolores Cano is raising her hand. Gandhi is raising his hand. And Sri Ramana Maharshi. No idea why, but those are the ones that came for you.
What is other names of Harmony Universe?
I have no idea. Nothing comes to me when you ask that. I don't understand, I think, the question.
Did Jesus work with the pyramids when he traveled to Egypt? If so, what did he do with them?
He's saying it's more what did I do in them. That opens just a Pandora box for me, because that's a place that I often go when I meditate or when I practice any kind of alchemy. I always go to the pyramids. So he's showing me entering the pyramids. There are so many doorways there that you can activate with elements and the elements in your body. So there are particular chants that you chant and you touch the walls and the wall just disintegrates and lets you in. Any water?
I hate my teeth.
Oh, I hate when that happens. So he would practice alchemy inside the pyramids. That's what he would do. And there are so many compartments, and depending on the door that you enter, you see something different, because the doors are like portals. So you are transported to a different portal depending on the chanting or the element or the door or your own particular DNA and your own particular blueprint. It's so mind-blowing, the whole thing. So it will only let you in if you are in accordance with the frequency, and there's just so much in there. So he would get in and in different portals and work with different things. And there's something about a spectrum of light and things that he saw in there, like a portal with a crystal. And it's not only a crystal, I think it's an Andara. Yeah, because it seems like a mix of glass and crystal and something that is not from Earth at all. That you can see and it's something that we talked about today with Julie. That's crazy. He's showing me like an Andara crystal, and there are so many, the way that it was shaped there are so many gateways, and you would turn it in the light. There's a focal point that is coming from this place, and then there's the crystal, and it's hanging from nowhere. It is just levitating in the middle of the room, and the light comes from the top of the pyramid, and it reflects on something, and it comes back to, it's crazy, guys. I'm making no sense, I know, but it's so exciting to me. And then you turn it and you see different fractals of yourself, and you can work with different dimensions of yourself and different universes within yourself. So he's saying that that's his favorite thing that he would do in the pyramid. So he would enter that room with other beings, other masters. He's showing me Anubis in that particular place, and he's saying that the veil does not exist in those dimensions, in those places within the pyramid. So you can actually see and talk and feel and be with beings like Isis that had, quote unquote, passed away 2,000, 3,000 years before he was there. So, oh, there's just so much. So he's showing me like Anubis is in one place, and then there's Ra, and then there's Seraphis Bay, and in front of him there's Horus, and they are forming like a kind of a triangle, and Yeshua is in the middle. So those were all fractals of him. So he could attune to the type of DNA that he wanted to encompass from that being to help him in his incarnation as Yeshua. Does that make sense? Oh, that's so exciting to me. I love it so much. Love it so much.
You were getting more and more excited
yes,
with your tone of voice.
because I like playing, and I you know I love
Oh,
teaching
boy.
about those things.
Should we charge water with sunlight and earthing or with drinking water?
Yep, that's great practice, he says.
If Yeshua affirms anything is possible, like walking on water and flying, how can we train, or what must we do to manifest these types of things?
He's asking you why you want to manifest those things, and answer truthfully, and he wants you to answer here. Why do you want to manifest walking on water at this time? And now he's like, what is he going to do for you? And levitating and flying, what is he going to do for you right now at this time? Why do you want to manifest it? Be true with yourself.
How can I better connect and utilize my time living on my 40 acres? Although it's beautiful trying to figure out why I'm even living here.
He's telling me about galactic things happening there. It's like a galactic vortex or something. So just be mindful of that. And it's beautiful and glorious. It's nothing to be scared of course. I don't think you need to do anything, but grids would be great, because then you would enhance that. So doing like crystal grids or flower grids or whatever grids you want to do with, in the property, that'd be very powerful.
That'd be very cool.
Very cool.
The person answered, just to prove nothing is impossible.
Again, why? Why do you want to whom do you want to prove that?
Frequency of the body. How can I learn what the frequency of the body is at? I ask so I can know which oil to use on the body.
I love that.
It's from Kari.
He's saying that mostly you have that question when you think that the frequency is low. You never have that question if the frequency is high. Because when you use the oil, you want to attune the body to the frequency of the oil. So it's not really relevant exactly how the frequency of the body is, If you're using it as a means to elevate the frequency, then just do that, Does it make sense what he's saying? I feel like he's not answering you. So let me know. Because then we can ask someone else if he didn't, help.
To myself and others.
Yeah. And then he goes, why? Why do you want to prove that nothing is impossible for you and for others? He's saying that it's going deeper, It's not only that, because I want to prove it, but why? Why do you want to prove that?
Metatron works with a friend of mine intensely to teach about how to raise or educate children. Please give some key points about creating better growth opportunities for children.
Awareness of their God self. He's saying that's all. All I can offer you right now is respecting that they are the God that they are, and that they do have things that they want to learn, and they do have things that they don't want to learn. So respecting their God self.
Are there human or any beings living on Moon and Mars?
Yes. You can't,
Sorry.
you can't perceive them because you have a different frequency from them.
Can we review the benefits and use of crystal grids? I have one on my altar that I made from a mix of crystals and seashells, but not quite sure why I made it.
We have a full class on that, NECA, and as you are on Patreon, you can access it. So look for that, and if you can't find, ask Flavia, because she's good at it, at finding it. Because we have like a full class, and more than one even, I think, about crystal grids and working with crystals. So you can have, there's already so much information there for you.
Yeah. Or says, no, I'm still confused. Maybe someone else can elaborate?
Mary Magdalene is talking about attuning with the voice. That's something that she did to discover what chakra it is. She's saying that relating it to the chakras is beneficial in this case. Just FYI, Corey, I have absolutely no idea what the other question was, and I don't know what they're saying, and I don't know what you want to know, but it's chill. I'm just saying. She's saying that attuning to know which chakra is needing a frequency change. So you can use that until you train yourself to use that tune. You can use like YouTube videos. So go there and research from YouTube those things, like root chakra. What is the sound of the root chakra, and what is the chant? So then you can learn the chant and the frequency, and then you can sing to it, and you see like and you can start like and then you can find the frequency of each chakra, and then you will start knowing that, okay, so when I'm listening to this frequency, I know that the heart chakra is this or that, so then I need to improve the thing in the heart chakra. Does it make any sense? Because I have no idea what's just happening.
The question was about the frequency of the body, how to know, so she can use the essential oil
to break out of this reality. I feel like I'm in the hot seat now. Sorry, did not mean to put you in a hot seat. He's playing with you and he's loving it, Yeshua, by the way. And now he's asking you, why do you want to break out of this reality? And why is this reality not suiting you? Because as God, you chose to be here and to live here and to experience it here. And what if this body is never going to fly? What if it's not part? He's not saying that it isn't, but he's just showing you the other side. What if you are to love and embrace everything? Because that's the truth. That's how you attain that. You love your body exactly as it is, exactly as it comes to you. And you learn to love it so unconditionally and so fully that the body gives you something new to love. Because that's what you do on earth. Every time you reach something, you reach a point, you create another one because you are motivated by being creative. So you can only learn those things if you learn to appreciate and love your body. And that is why some beings have such a hard time attaining that, because they want to tackle all these spiritual things. They want to sit down and meditate for hours and hours and hours and wait for that to happen, or they want to visualize, or they want to work with crystals and everything, but you are neglecting the most important tool that you have, that is your body. So if you want your body to do those extra things, you need to learn to love it when it's not doing it. He's saying that's your answer, but still, why? He's loving it.
Elito Melamine offers a course to gradually become a breatharian. Is it a good idea to try it?
He's never going to tell you that it's not what it is. He's hardly going to ever give anyone advice because he trusts in God within you so, so deeply that he knows that you have the answer. So that's his answer. How does it feel to you? Does it feel right to you? And if you try, does it feel loving to you? You are your own compass.
Whenever Yeshua says something, it sounds so simple.
Right.
But what does it mean to teach kids about their God selves?
It's not teach, it's let them teach you. He's saying that's exactly it. It's just let them show you what they are here to do, what their plans are, what their wishes of creations are, instead of building boxes and trying to fit them in boxes, even if it's different boxes, because there are so many archetypes. And even though you are like, let's say that you get outside of that environment that we were raised in school, that everyone is to be the same. Then if you create like 7 other archetypes, you want to fit them in 7, just give them the tools to build their own boxes. So then they can be or not in those boxes. And he's just smiling because he talks in metaphors. He's saying, well, what is it? It's like old habits die hard.
Is there any technology in the pyramids that is still activated, and does the government know about it?
Every technology is still activated, and who gives a shit if the government knows about it or not? And that was not Yeshua, that was Lilith.
I think we could notice.
Yeah, I think if anyone had been here before, if anyone had been here when Lilith was here, then you knew that was her.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's here.
Not scared at all. Actually love it. Just lonely. The 40 acres.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's saying that, yeah, you're never lonely there.
I had a dream with jellyfish floating in the night sky. What is the significance of jellyfish? And are they some sort of galactic guides?
Yes to that, and they represent water. So there's something with working with the element of water, and water represents emotions within you and your own divine feminine quality. That's the significance, we say. The metaphor of the jellyfish.
Are there any recommendations for me in my journey of healing and opening up?
Now he's saying letting your water flow. That's what you need to do. Stop trying to hold it. Water is way too powerful for that. Just let it go.
What can I do to help me perceive Yeshua and the rest of my guides?
Well, first thing that Hillel is saying is that you've been given this answer by so many other ways, and you never allow yourself to just see that perhaps your way is different. So what he's saying is that maybe you are comparing yourself to others and you are waiting for them to show up as they show up for me or for Flavia or for Pamela, and they are showing up in different ways for you. And every time that you try to hold yourself down and make yourself be something or do something that is not natural to you, you will feel frustrated and it feels like you're not manifesting it. So just letting them show as they show, and not have any expectations of how it's gonna be. And he says that you don't like that answer at all. So let us know if we can go any deeper.
How can I connect with Metatron and get to know him better after being aware of his visit the other night?
Use the sacred geometry he's given you. That's what he's saying. And I see both the Metatron's cube and the Merkaba and the flower of life. So looking into those and allowing him to be in your space, or sitting down and visualizing that all around you, those are ways to do it.
How and when did Jesus die the second time after the resurrection?
He's saying, I never died. I became glitter in the air.
no.
So, oh God. He's saying that it really depends on what timeline you're in and what your perception is of it. There are many, many stories, and all of them are true because they were written by humans. And truth on earth is very subjective, and very particular. So, in some timelines, I perceive so many. In some timelines, the body let's say, stayed, and he activated his light body to a point where he would be perceived as in a human body from the crucifixion. So there's that story that he was a light body, and all of the things that he did after the crucifixion, it wasn't in a physical body, but still he could activate the light body so strongly and bring the frequency so densely to the earth plane that he would be perceived as a human. And sometimes he would just be light, in some timelines he really just took the body with him. Let's say he reanimated the body. He put the body in a deep meditative state that no one could feel his pulse and thought he was dead. He was not. He spent, well, we say 3 days rebuilding the cells of the body so then he could continue his human life. And those are other timelines. And in those, there are some where he lived 84 years and he died in a place around Turkey. And there are his bones are still in existence on Earth. And mostly the timeline that is mostly aligned with most of us. What am I saying? It's the one that he kept living for hundreds of years. So he died when he was, he's saying, isn't it cute if I tell you that I was 613 years? And he didn't die. He became like light, and he just poof. And he was in Tibet. And he was with Mary Magdalene. And they both decided doing that together. But again, so many timelines.
Did Yeshua ever go to Central or Southern Africa? If so, what was the reason?
Yes. He's saying he went there bilocating and to learn about something about the culture regarding mastering the emotions with the tribes there.
This.
Anyway,
I
said, never mind.
Never no more.
Never no more.
Does Yeshua have anything to say about color therapy and how it can be useful at this time?
He's not saying anything. Who's asking that?
Neka.
I don't think so. Sorry. He's not saying anything.
Let's go bone hunting, then woohoo.
What?
This sounded so wrong.
Okay.
David.
What is bone hunting?
It's for Yeshua's body.
Oh, okay.
But in the Sims, they call woohoo is sex. So let's go bone hunting, then woohoo. For me, it sounded really bad.
You didn't have to explain that part, but thank you very much. I think I got that.
Okay.
They've not found his body, his bones, but they found his tomb. And it's in Jerusalem. There's a whole documentary. You will probably have fun with that, David. With the documentary. He has... the name of the guy, I think it's Simcha something. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. And there's even
a book.
There's a book, and there's something with James Cameron. Yeah. It's crazy. That was one of the first things that I read when I was awakening. And I was like, I don't understand why this wasn't everywhere, because there is physical proof, mathematic proof that Jesus was in a body and that he had a wife. And I have no idea why this is not everywhere. And then I understood because the collective is not fully ready for that yet. That would be not great, not loving.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Jimmy, we have already answered this question a few moments ago. So like after the channel, the live is done, you can just go back. I think it was around 15 minutes.
I think you yes, I think instead of saying Jesus, you said Yeshua. And maybe that's why the person is confused. We answered Yeshua and Jesus is just the same kind of thing.
Like a translation of the name.
I heard the term of non-physical death being called transfiguration. Oh, I like it. Does it still occur on the earth plane by those who have mastered the alchemy? Yes, he says that yes, it does. In places in the east, mostly.
I went into a small country church where I was told your bones are buried. Is this one of your timelines? Do you keep a special energy in an object there? What object? Anything more?
He says, yes, he shows me a vase which represents his lineage, which represents his divine feminine side, and the roots that it grew, that was, let's say, planted there. And he's saying that that's it for today.
Who wrote the book of Revelations, and is there any symbolism that is relevant to us today?
Now Hillel is here. He's saying, you wrote it if it is relevant to you at all. And that's all.
Okay.
Archangel Hillel. He's not the most subtle, as you probably can see.
He isn't.
He's very loving, and we love him.
Can you go deeper about my last question? What is my way to perceive them, and how can I make it strong and clear to get answers from my guides?
Yeshua was saying that we can never answer that for you because it's absolutely disempowering. If we would answer you, it is disempowering to tell you, oh, that's how you perceive them. It's like putting you in one of those boxes that we were talking about before. We're just going to fit you in this box, and that's how you're going to see it, and that's how you're going to perceive it. It's something that is within you. You have the answer. We can never tell you that. It would be extremely disempowering. And he's saying, we believe you're God, and you can experience things however it is that you experience them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Why so many timelines? I don't quite understand timelines.
He's saying that God is infinite in their creation. God within you is infinite in their creation. So how could you only believe in this one linear thing if God is multidimensional, if God is everything, if God is in everything, in every single thought? So even if you don't align with one timeline in your current perception, if you had a thought, that thought created a timeline. Every single thought becomes reality because you're God. So that's what the multidimensionality of you is all of those parallel multidimensionalities of you. That's what it is. He's saying it is a complicated matter for us to understand with our human minds, in truth. And that's why they teach that, in full classes. In our Patreon, sometimes Ra comes forward, sometimes even Isis, because she's more like grounded, I'll say, more human than Ra, and then try to explain, what we do with the timelines and how to perceive them. We have many, many classes on that, I think, on our Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
and how to change those timelines, how to perceive something different, and how they are connected with your DNA and your plan, your blueprint. There's just so much.
I had a quantum healing session with a client who saw Jesus, Yeshua, transcend with his light body.
Oh, that's beautiful.
With his body of light. Yeah, no, I said the opposite. That is so cool, though.
Very cool.
I'm working on repairing my body with what I believe is energy and light. Can we heal our children without their knowledge?
He's saying that the deeper answer is no, because deep inside they are aware. Whoever is receiving a blessing, there is a gateway. There is there needs to be permission one way or another. If it's in a subconscious level or a conscious level, still there's a permission. So you can only receive healing if you are willing to receive that healing. And again, you don't need to be conscious about it, but still there's a permission. So you can never heal someone that that doesn't want the healing, because they are God too. And he's saying that's the other side of the coin. They are God, and they've chosen their experience perfectly as it is. And I'm not telling you not to send blessings, because if you are willing to send blessings, and if that blessing is going to reach that being, it's because you created in conjunction that, and it's part of your plan as being God in a physical body too.
How can I forgive myself for past actions and my present fear mind and trust that I can be a helpful human to everyone?
Mary Magdalene is talking about the technology of compassion and awareness interconnected with acceptance of your role and of whatever was and it's not serving you anymore. So accepting it doesn't mean being okay with it. It just means that you acknowledge it and you see that God created that. God within you created that nonetheless, whatever it was. So then you can accept it and forgive it. Does that make sense?
Why is our world experiencing fears around vaccinations and 5G at this time?
Oh, Lilith, don't start. Now, here she comes. You've awoken Lilith. She's been sitting here, just really chill. Chill this time. It's like she was waiting for that. And every time she comes, I rant. Then I look like a crazy person. So every time I need to come into terms with my own Lilith, Okay, I'm gonna let you talk, yeah. Why is our world experiencing fears around vaccinations and 5G? And she's saying, okay, it's because, and because, and because, and because. That's my first answer. You always want to know the whys of your own creations. If it's insane to you, then why do you keep creating it? That's my first answer. Now we're just gonna breathe a little and let her come with another answer. The other answer is, by your own insane design, you are addicted to suffering. That's the truth. And every time you eliminate a suffering, you want to create another one. And then you create the most ridiculous scenarios as if you are not God. And every time you do that, you ask us why. I ask you why. Why do you keep choosing to relieve those fears that are not serving you anymore? Why don't you just choose to release that? Because if you believe that something can harm you, it likely will, because that's what you're creating. And if you don't believe in such insanity, then it does you no harm, because it does not exist in your reality. And if something does not exist in your reality, it's because you are in different frequencies. That frequency can never harm you. So one could say that it's a simple frequency management matter. It's not hard at all. I'll tell you, it is absolutely simple to raise your frequency. You listen to a song and you dance to that song. You choose to laugh. You choose to see love in the most simple and naive things. And that's the truth of God within you. It is love, and He sees love in all. And every time you choose to see fear in something so ridiculous as a 5G or as a little water within your body, and it's just showing me like the vaccine. Oh, I'm going to put this water in my body and it's going to kill me. Because you believe in death. Because you believe that you are not whole. That you are not holy and divine. Every time you choose to see something as other than love, you create a space for fear to grow. When are you going to be done with that? It's your choice. If you believe it's going to harm you, then it harms you because it exists within your reality. She's like, I don't know how many times we need to tell you that. And that's why I come sometimes. Because Yeshua would just go around and around and around and never tell you how insane you are. I won't. Because I'm the part of you that is here to show you that. That is here to show you the fire that was in your creation and that is within you at all times. I'm a part of you. So is Yeshua, so is everything else. And so is this vaccine or the 5G. Or it can simply not be. Doesn't mean it's not God. It's neutral as everything else. You are the one giving a meaning. And that goes for everything else that might be breeding fear in you. If you feed it, it grows. What do you want to feed today? Do you want to keep feeding those stupid theories? Or do you want to feed love? Choose your words wisely. Choose your words lovingly. So then you can create the reality you want and not the one that you don't. It is insane to think that you can create a reality that is loving if you never show yourself love. It is insane to think that you can create something different if you're not willing to shift, to change, and to move. You are the God of your reality. You are not little. You are not victims. And every time you put yourself in that place, I come and I kick ass. Thank you, Lilith.
People love her.
Oh, God.
She I think is one of the only ones that can steal Yeshua's spotlight.
Thunder, yeah.
Okay. Next question is, I feel like I can talk to spirit and have a sense that there are certain spirits who want to speak to me. How may I go deeper into receiving and understanding the message or story?
Let me see that again.
Yes.
Feel like I can talk to spirit and have a sense. What? If you move it,
Sorry, my teeth.
I can't. Certain spirits who want to talk to me. How may I go deeper into receiving and understanding? Yeshua is talking about perceiving them as being part of you and perceiving them as being love. And again, frequency management. Because the only thing that can stop us from perceiving those things is fear, he's saying. So if fear is not in the question, whatever comes to you, however it comes to you, you will find a way to transmit it, the message, or just to have a dialogue, whatever it is. So, and you do that by understanding that if they are coming to you, they are part of you. So how do you communicate with yourself? He's saying that's the other big thing with channeling. You need to have a communication within you. You need to know your own language, your body's language, so you can feel comfortable with receiving other information. And again, we are all part of you. We have slightly different energy signatures. And if you don't understand your own energy, how can you differentiate between our energy and your energy? It's the first step. It is. It's a constant wave. He's saying, it's always moving between discerning between them and between feeling them one with you. It's a dance. He's saying.
Is there a timeline that does not include Jesus?
Yes.
What is the one thing I can do to realize or manifest the miracles we hold in our hearts?
What is the one thing I can do to realize the miracles we hold in our hearts? Yeshua he's smiling, and he took like a deep breath. So that's the first thing. And then he's like, listen to the birds. Listen to the voice of God within you. Listen to the beautiful, loving things that are all around. They are all part of that miracle that is life, that is always within everyone's hearts. And seeing everything as innocent. That helps you.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask Yeshua to help my son and brother? They both have alcohol drug issues. Please help them.
He simply did like this. That's a yes in his book. He has... Is Corey still here? He's talking about Kyle. I have no idea. I don't know. Just passing the message. He's saying that he's watching him, that he is healthy, and he is growing so much in his power. And that all the work you did with him and raising him, it was perfect. Just rest assured in that. And that he's finding himself. And Yeshua says that he's very proud of you.
Could you expand on a timeline that does not include Jesus and what consciousness existed then?
He's saying that none of those timelines are aligned with us right now, so that's why it's so hard for us to perceive it. So that's why. Because our whole plan as a collective to create on Earth was based in that Christ consciousness awakening that happened around that time and even before and after that. So that's why it's so hard for us to conceive, something like that, so it's not aligned with our current reality at all. But everything that we can think of, it's true. Does that make sense? So basically he's saying that hardly ever we will be even able to perceive and go deep into that, because it's so not aligned with our purpose as a whole right now regarding Christ consciousness energy.
During astral projection experiences, sometimes I can see, but often I can't see anything. It's pitch black. How can I improve my astral sight?
Yeshua says you embrace that blackness because that's your void. That's where God lies. It's in its stillness, quietness. You pay attention to that and you be in that for as long as it wants to be. We have a question on Facebook from Mark.
Oh, do we?
Yeah. Just remembered. Well, Yeshua just reminded me.
Let me see.
I love that void too, Morgan. Sometimes I just go there just because, it's so good.
I believe there is no good or bad, just situations that we learn from and that expand the collective consciousness. Do some beings or species on other planets evolve without ever
Learning.
learning this? In other words, are there negative energies in the universe?
He's saying that there's no easy answer for that. Because we create everything as one, so everything that is in existence, somehow it's still part of us. So if you can conceive that idea, then it exists in your own reality. And that's still a part of you. So basically, he's not answering you, which he does.
All right.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, she thought it was later. Most of the time, it is later.
Yeah.
But there's a class on Pamela's Patreon today. So we didn't want to have it at the same time. That's why. So anyone else have any other questions, or are we done for today? Let's talk about the discount.
Yes.
You talk about it. I've been talking so much.
We have discount codes going on for
Not
now.
codes.
Not codes, just discounts on some services from our website. And we will have those discounts we are having this in celebration of our 1 year anniversary, and also because we are changing the prices from the website. So from today until May 11th, the prices from the website are with discounted added. So sessions are with 33%. The mentoring for 5 sessions is with 22%, and healing ceremony is also with 22% off.
Yep.
And we will have that with those discounted prices until May 11th, and after that, we will change it.
Yeah,
So
the
if
prices are going to increase
Mhm.
because of reasons.
Yeah. So if you are interested in having sessions or
Mentoring, now's the time if you want to
it's
buy
a
it
good time.
with a
Yeah.
lower fee, because so many new things are coming.
Yes.
That it's increasing the work, and it's increasing energetically for me, how to perform ceremonies, for example, and sessions. So it's time to change the prices a little bit, most particularly on mentorings, because it's becoming something more personal in a way, so more assistant, more energy goes to that. So that's why we're changing the price. So now we have very, very low fees, in sessions. Like the 20-minute session is 96 euros, I think.
With a discount.
Yeah, with a discount.
Yes.
So yeah, if
Very,
you
very
ever
cheap.
want to have like a personal one-on-one, now it's time. And most particularly for mentoring, even if you don't want to start now, you can start the mentoring whenever it is that you feel ready. I don't know if you answered Donna's email about the mentoring, but we will. I saw your email.
It didn't send it to me.
I think I did.
Donna?
Yeah.
No.
She bought it a while ago, and now she's feeling ready. That's why I remembered. Anyway, maybe I just I didn't forward it to you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So that if that happens for you too, if you know that's something that you want to do. So let's say that now is time.
Yeah. We also have the rest of our Patreon schedule, which is a channeling of Grandmother Anna, the grandmother of Jesus, on Monday. And then we have also our healing ceremony coming, and the spiritual bonfire, which is a video call that we all, share and talk.
Yeah. Another of Yeshua's brilliant ideas.
Yeah.
The channeling for the channeling of Monday, it's with Grandmother Anna, and it was supposed to be from tier 6 and up, but she asked me to put it for tier 4 and up.
I think so.
Yes, 4 and up. She is nodding. So it's the 33 one. So if you want to join that tier, she is a powerhouse. Oh my God, she's so awesome. And I think that this time I'm going to be a clear conduit channeling her because of something that she wants to teach. I don't know. And Mother Mary is coming too. That's why. She's
they are powerhouse.
Both of them are coming. Yeah. So it's not only Grandmother Anna, it's Mother Mary too.
Yeah.
And both of those channels, when we had them, they were so cool, right?
Yes.
Mother Mary and Grandmother Ada. So we have that on Monday.
Here's if you received my email for publishing info. We did. Thank you so much, Sean. We didn't read
Yes.
them all yet because things were kind of hectic, but we will. I sent them to
To
Annie
we're
too,
gonna
so we can have a look.
we're gonna check that out. Thank you so much.
Yes.
My God, my nose is crazy. Can I have a tissue? There's
Yes.
some there. Do you do readings through Zoom? Yes.
Yes. The video.
So you can email us if you're not on our group on Patreon or Facebook. You can email us at lightworkers613 at gmail.
.com.
Yeah. And we will give you all the information that you need to do it. It's the first time I think that we open those discounts outside of Patreon, like in this manner, like
Magnitude.
huge, yes, huge discounts. Huge. That's a bad meme. But we wanted to do that because it's our anniversary and because we are changing the prices, so everyone can have the opportunity, to have a session. And most likely, I think my schedule, that was a hard word to find.
Yes.
Is full at least until the last
I think this
week
month
of the month, or maybe
I think this month is full already. So now we're
probably
looking into
May. But again, you can buy it and just do it whenever it is that you want to. How long? We have 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and 40 minutes in different prices.
Yes.
And we're going to have the fractals sessions again.
Forgot about that.
So we did it, I think it was around August. I don't remember. I don't know. It was the fractal sessions, like 3 people at a time with me. You can see that I don't have one of my nails. It's so ridiculous. 3. 3 people at a time, so it's more affordable for everyone. And we only talk about the dominant fractals that are part of your present awareness right now, the ones that are working with you the strongest. So we have a full class about fractals too. We can make it public on YouTube if you want, so then you can learn more about fractals. And let's say they are fractals of divinity, of archetypes that live within you and that work with you right now. So, for example, my dominant ones right now are Mary Magdalene. She's very forward. Isis is one that I've integrated a lot. Lilith is the one that I've integrated a lot. Hathor is like so integrated that I can't discern between her and me anymore. So those are fractals of myself. Pallas Athena is another one. So they work with me in different instances. So, for example, Mary Magdalene and Isis, they work with the practicality of bringing classes to you and as a means to serve, right? And they work within me with myself mastering my emotions and learning to have compassion for me and show compassion to others. And, so they work in different capacities. And everyone has those dominant fractals and those dominant beings that work with you the most, and they are part of you the most. And so they talk about those beings come forward and they tell you how they are working with you and how they are expressing through you and how you can integrate them and how you can work with them more and become more aware of them. So it was so much fun when we did it last time that I thought we should bring it back again. So this one is 66 euros per person, and it's 3 people in a call. So it's not like a question and answer kind of thing. That's a personal reading. It's only about the fractals. So I will channel beforehand the fractals that are the most dominant, and everyone, most of them, they give you like a message at least, but they will tackle at least one thing that is what they are working with you the most, It was very cool.
If we participated in the past, can we go for it again?
Yes. Because your fractals, the dominant ones, they change. I don't even have any way to tell you what the other ones were. It's just like in that moment. So every particular moment, there's something new that comes. So you could definitely do it again, because most likely there are different ones.
Yes. So that's it.
I think so. I
Yeah.
saw a question. I don't know. Let me ask Yeshua if he wants to.
Okay. He wants to answer anything else?
Yeah, just checking. So then, if we really believe that 5G does not affect us, it won't? Yeah. Why is it bad? That's just me, because someone told you so. The sheer truth that that's why, is it enough foundation for you to build a whole fear system around it? And I'm not discrediting those beings that told you so, because whoever told you, they gave you the opportunity. That's what they do. Whenever you receive, let's say, bad news or something that could generate fear within you from anyone at all, it's to give you the opportunity to discern, okay, do I want to dive into this and let this become part of me, or do I want to just let that go? It's like, okay, I don't want to play that game, it's not serving me. Or if it's serving you, then why not? It's everything. It's just teaching you discernment and what you want to choose. Did my wife or I share a life with Jesus while he was in a body? If so, how could we access that life? He says that yes, that's an ask for everyone that has that question, because he traveled so much, he met so many people, and he is within both of you. So that's the thing. And so is Mary Magdalene. So, and if you want to dive deeper, maybe like a hypnosis session or anything with that intention, if something that you want to see. Sometimes I feel like I'm just here alive, but not really living. What is going on? That's very personal to you, he says. So bringing any flair to life, anything that makes you feel creative. He's saying that we feel like that every time that we feel bored.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever makes you feel creative takes you out of that frequency. Is there a discount on Fractal? It's already a discount because it's 66 euros only. And it's only for now. The Fractal,
It's limited.
yeah, it's limited. I don't do it like all the time. So it's only going to be like a few weeks of that happening. So that's why.
Any collective message Yeshua wants to leave us for the weekend?
He's first saying that you jumped Suna's question because he's going to tell you to do that. So even if he wasn't on your full awareness, Suna asked for a final joke and he's telling that Flavia is going to tell the joke. And he's going to say the message, but he's whispering the joke for her. Good luck with that. That's just me saying it. Any collective message? Frequency management at this point is extremely relevant, dear ones. Pay more attention to that and to what you feed your body. Not only physical food, as we mentioned before, but everything you're feeding your body with. Pay attention to that and manage your frequency. Joy and compassion. Those are the two technologies right there for you to grasp, to master. I dare to say you are a master of those already, if you choose to see yourself as such. And if not, you can dive deeper. You can ask further. You have all the answers. I come and I play your game because I love you, because I have a lot of fun with that. Because I love being amongst you, however it is that you choose to have me. But in truth, you have all the answers. And I just come as a piece of you to voice that through a female voice at this time, here right now, and through so many other voices around the world. And remember how powerful you are. Turn off your TVs. He's saying, and he told you I hardly give you any advice. That's me giving you an advice. Turn off your devices. Go outside. If you can't go outside, just look at the sky. Forget the news. There are no news at all. Pay more mind to what the heart is telling you and not the mind. And choose again every time something isn't loving to you. Now that's a lot of homework, so I'm going to leave you with that. He's saying he loves you. Do we need to be on camera for the fractal section? No. It's okay if it's only voice. A joke doesn't become a dad joke until it's full grown. Wow. Oh my God.
Research shows that 6 out of 7 dwarfs aren't happy. See, Dawn already gave you guys the jokes for
Okay.
me.
Next time's gonna be all on you, Dawn. Yeshua
Yes.
is doing like this. Now you say the
You
joke.
got the key, Dawn.
Okay, when you stop feeling very proud of yourself for that joke, can you tell the other one?
Donkey.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a joke.
You do. You always have a joke.
Not
You can
like
tell
this.
it, yeah.
My
Tell
jokes,
it.
my jokes happen, you know.
No.
It's
Tell
not like
you the
on
joke.
spot.
Tell the joke.
What joke?
I don't know. You have the joke.
You no, I don't.
Yes, you do. You're just ashamed of the joke, which happens.
I really don't.
You have the joke. Tell the joke. Oh God, I just have so much fun with Flavia sometimes. Don't chicken out, Flavia. I'm telling you. You were just smiling there, listening to him, telling you bad jokes. Just tell any
I
bad
was
joke.
hearing the birds.
No. Focus on the joke. Maria,
Stop it.
hi.
Hi.
We are just about to finish, and Flavia won't tell the joke. And we're waiting for her to tell the joke so we can finish.
Flav is a joke. See?
Wow. That was sharp as a sword, Yeshua was saying.
Oh boy.
And she didn't mean that as a mean thing, because I know Suna. She's
Yeah.
like, you are being the joke because you're making everyone laugh now. It's not because you are a joke. But that was so funny. Oh God.
Oh. Okay. Stop doing that. I see.
Come on. It's
I
only
don't-
one joke. Tell a bad joke. You tell bad jokes all the time. What birds do you have? They are not mine. They are just on the trees.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I would never lock them up. But I don't know what they are. Cardinals? I don't know. I don't know how Yeshua
No
said
idea.
it, but
Oh man, I don't
I
remember
love a good bad
anything.
joke. You see, everyone is waiting for the joke.
But I don't
The
remember.
class is gonna start. Come
I
on.
don't remember.
Why you don't remember? You were just receiving the joke. Knock, knock. See? Play along. Knock, knock. Jimena's helping you.
Am I to answer?
Oh my God. Flava does not need spoken language to make us laugh, right? Yeshua is like, you guys got it. Knock, knock. Who's there? Joke. Oh, guys, did I tell you guys that that joke actually exists like online? It's like Jesus, and then he like people go like, Jesus who? And then he goes like, Jesus Christ, and then the person answers like, what? And then he goes like, Jesus Christ. And then the person goes like, I don't get it. And then he laughs. It's the joke. It's so bad.
bad.
So bad. My face was burning when oh my God. And now he wants her to tell a bad joke and she isn't. So we leave you until next week. Next Friday, we have the last Friday with Yeshua.
Yeah.
And Flav is going to tell a joke. We're promising that. Yeshua
Will you
and I.
remind me?
Nope.
Otherwise, it's gonna be the same.
A dirty joke.
Pasta. What?
What?
What do you call fake pasta?
Hmm?
What do you call fake pasta? I'm pasting pasta. I love it.
Thank you. So everyone is helping you. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. I think that you're just making me laugh, so you guys can laugh at me.
Totally. Anyways, so Monday we have channeling with
Grandmother
Mother Mary
Anna.
and Grandmother Anna on our Patreon, and everyone
Yeah.
is invited to join us. And we'll see you here on YouTube next Friday. So, bye. We leave
Bye.
without a joke.
I'm here.
Oh gosh.
Okay, you have to do that because
Okay.
the mouse is not working.
Bye, guys. We
Bye.
love you.
Love you.
See you soon.